we go. And where you go, I'll go. Where you stay, I'll stay. When you move, I'll move. I will follow you. Whom you love, I'll love. How you serve, I'll serve. If this life I lose, I will follow you. And all your ways are good, all your ways are sure, and I will trust in you alone. Higher than my sight, high above my life, and I will trust in you alone. And where you go, I'll go. Where you stay, I'll stay. When you move, I'll move. I will follow you. Whom you love, I'll love. How you serve, I'll serve. If this life I lose, I will follow you. Yeah, I will follow you. Yeah, light into the world, light into my life. I will live for you alone. You're the one I seek, knowing I will find all I need in you alone. In you alone. And where you go, I'll go. Where you stay, I'll stay. When you move, I'll move. I will follow you. Whom you love, I'll love. How you serve, I'll serve. If this life I lose, I will follow you. Yeah, I will follow you. Yeah, in you. In you there's life everlasting. In you there's freedom for my soul. In you there's joy, unending joy. And I will follow. Where you go, I'll go. Where you stay, I'll stay. When you move, I'll move. I will follow you. Whom you love, I'll love. How you serve, I'll serve. If this life I lose, I will follow. Where you go, I'll go. Where you stay, I'll stay. When you move, I'll move. I will follow you. Whom you love, I'll love. How you serve, I'll serve. If this life I lose, I will follow you. Yeah, I will follow you. Yeah, and I will follow you. Yeah, I will follow you. Yeah. Come out of sadness from wherever you've been. Come broken hearted, let a rescue begin. Come find your mercy, oh sinner, come near. Earth has no sorrow, heaven can't heal. Earth has no sorrow, heaven can't heal. So lay down your burdens, lay down your shame, and all who are broken, lift up your face, and oh, your heart, come as you are. There's hope for the hopeless and all those who stray. Come sit at the table, come taste the grace. There's rest for the weary, rest that endures. Earth has no sorrow, heaven can do. Lay down, so lay down your burdens, lay down your shame, and all who are broken, lift up your face, and oh wanderer, come home. You're not too far, so lay down your hurt, lay down your heart, come as you are, come as you are, and fall in his arms, come as you are, and this joyful morning, oh sinner be still, 'cause earth has no sorrow, the heaven can't heal. Earth has no sorrow, the heaven can't heal. So lay down your burdens, lay down your shame, and all who are broken, lift up your face, and oh wanderer, come home. You're not too far, so lay down your hurt, lay down your heart, come as you are, come as you are. You all can be seated.
I thought the jousting was awesome. What's on the docket for today? Working on the wall. That's boring. I want to see more. I want to see more hitting. I want to see more people going down. I want to see more Alec Lockard getting beat by Matt Painter. Boom. All right. Today is our guys' turn for Spirit Court, and I'm really excited to hear these guys. Yesterday was a home run by our ladies, and our heart here at Calvary is to look at the heart, is to recognize the heart, and that's what I want you to hear this morning from these guys is from their hearts. And so as you guys nominated them, and just as you'll vote as well after this, is that you're hearing from not just their heart, but their lives and how they're living it. And as we look at Galatians chapter 5 and verses 22 and following, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, and we walk through that whole thing. We're looking for people that exude that, not perfect people. Don't stand up here. Don't let these people stand up here and think, oh, these guys are the perfect one. No, that's not the issue. The issue is are they striving to continue to grow and change in their lives? And that's what we want to recognize as well as we consider our vote. But one of the things that I love, regardless of who wins, I really get to know each of these students who get to talk and have a platform to talk about what God's doing in their lives. You sense that you know them even greater, and there's such a more of an affinity towards them. So I'm really excited to hear these guys. So come on up, James.
Hello. If you all don't know me, my name is James Faulkner. I would like to start out by saying thank you to all you guys for this nomination, because this means a lot to me, but also I'm thankful for God for giving me this opportunity. I'm also thankful for this school God has allowed me to go to. I'm thankful for the friends He's given me here, and that I'm allowed to praise Him every day, and even during the school day. Calvary means so much to me, and it will always have a special place in my heart for all the memories I've made here. I've lived in Florida, North Carolina, and now here in Kentucky. And given I've lived here the longest, I still have never made as good of relationships with the people here at the school than I've had anywhere else. I know, at least for me, who only went to public school for kindergarten through 3rd grade, I tend to take for granted this amazing school God has given me and all the rest of us, that we are able to freely worship Him throughout the day. I got saved at a pretty young age, and my dad is the worship pastor at Calvary Baptist Church, and even my grandpa is a pastor out at a church in Oklahoma. So basically, I've been raised in a Christian home my entire life, and you would think everything would just be all fine and dandy, but really there have been times I've doubted even my own salvation. I would see and hear other stories of how they came to know Christ, and there was always that one thing that made them realize they needed God to save them from themselves. And as for me, when I got saved, I was 6, and I was asking my dad about salvation one night and what it meant, and that was when I got saved. It was nothing super spectacular, and I think that is what just scared me. But God has shown me that just because I didn't get saved in some miraculous way, it doesn't make me any less saved. He has shown me that He has actually blessed me my whole life with the family I have, the school and the church I attend, and the friends I have, and just the fact He's given me a great life. And this isn't me trying to brag about how my life's better than anyone else's, just because I haven't been through all the trials someone else has gone through. I'm just sharing that even the people who are kind of like me, who should seem to have it all together, have their own kinds of struggles as well. My favorite verse is Jeremiah 33:3. It says, "Call to me, and I will answer you, and show you great and mighty things which you do not know." As of late, the Lord has been trying to teach me patience and to trust in Him, especially when it comes to life after graduation. I'm past halfway through my junior year of high school, but I have zero idea of what I want to do or what college I want to go to. People have told me, oh, you have time. But as this year ends and my senior year gets closer, I've progressively gotten a little more worried. This verse just reminds me each and every day that as long as I trust in Him, He's going to show me what He has in store for me for the rest of my life.
All right, so I'm Drew, and I want to thank you guys for the nomination. And so I'll start. So this year, I've had a lot of previous ideas and assumptions changed from what I thought before, and God just kind of, in a way, kind of smacked me and was like, yeah, you're wrong. So the first one, I've been reading, I'll be honest, I've always kind of thought the Old Testament was kind of dull and boring. But this year I heard a verse and from Ezekiel, and I thought, well, I'll just read it. So I'll just summarize kind of one thing that really struck me hard. Ezekiel 6, 9, and 10 says, "Then those of you who escape will remember me among the nations, where they are carried captive, how I have been broken over their whoring heart that has departed from me, and over their eyes that go whoring after their idols. And they will be loathsome in their own sight for the evils that they have committed, for all their abominations." And I know that sounds really harsh, but the part that struck me was, I have been broken. And to me, it was just like, I could put myself in God's shoes and see what my sin does to Him. Because like what really breaks Him is, then it says, and they will be loathsome in their own sight. It's like what breaks Him is that you would go chasing after something that will really in the end just make you sick of yourself. And it's like, it's not just that God is like, oh, it's sin and I'm just and I have to punish it, but it's like that really what you're chasing after doesn't really even make you happy when you should be pursuing Him. Then the next lesson I've been learning is, so lately in my discipleship group, just being a senior, our leaders have had us, they have us lead, and I didn't really have much of a choice. So at first I was really freaked out by it because, everyone thinks that like to be a spiritual leader, you got to have everything all together. But that's not really true. I've actually found that that having problems and struggles and stuff really just makes you more approachable and more relatable. So, like for example, there was we had a prayer night at our church, and I was in one room and I just prayed. I was like, I want to be able to take advantage of the opportunities and friendships that I have, and be able to use those just to encourage other people. And then literally the next room I walked into, I sat down next to a sophomore, and he asked if we could go somewhere else and talk about some doubts he was having. And then the more I talked to him, the more I thought, wow, like I'm talking to myself, except he's younger and better dressed and he's Asian. It's like, it's like the way he talked, is like exactly like me a couple years ago. And so it was really cool just to see how God had used what I've been through and what doubts I've had to be able to encourage him. And then next, so I didn't go to Winter Advance, but I went to Winter Retreat. And that was just a really good dose of hope. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was, because it's like everyone knows that camps are always better because it's a full week rather than a retreat. But it was just really good to go get to just to learn and worship and hang out and just even talking with other believers. It was almost like a little like sample taste of heaven. And it was like, obviously heaven's going to be like a bajillion times better, but it's like, it was still just to be in that atmosphere was like super refreshing. And it was like, that's what I'm waiting for. And then probably, I'm going to say most of these other lessons have probably stemmed from this, which is a lesson I actually learned right here in chapel, and it took me forever to learn it, even though we revisit Philippians 3 like almost every year. But what I learned was that it's going to sound ridiculous, but God really showed me to stop trying. Like, it's like I exhausted myself for years, like just trying to quit sinning and trying to do all those things, or like wrestle with that vague idea of like, I'm not where I should be right now. And it's like, you get so caught up in trying to do everything that you're either exhausted by that, and if you're not, then you're beat down by guilt because you're not where you should be, or whatever that really means. So we revisit Philippians 3 almost every year, and it wasn't until this year that verse 8 struck me when it says, "Indeed, I count everything as a loss because of the surpassing worth of knowing Christ Jesus my Lord. For his sake I have suffered the loss of all things, and count them as rubbish, in order that I may gain Christ." So what I realized was I couldn't really obey God because I didn't really have much of a motive, because I didn't really know who he was. And that's what I realized was I kept working to try and earn, like I knew God loved me, but it was like I kept working to earn more of God's love, but really it was already there. I just had to discover it. And so, it was like I just kept working and working and working, and really I just should have been knowing who he was. So what I pretty much ended up doing was, instead of reading my Bible like a chore and like freaking out if I didn't read it, I only read it if I had time to read it slowly and intentionally to try and get something out of it. And when I prayed, I stopped using all those like special prayer phrases like "Dear God" or "I pray that." Like, I just started talking to God. And if I thought it was trivial, I said it anyway. And if I was angry, I let him have it. And to me, like, it just made everything so much more personable, and it went a long, long ways. And it took a lot of time, but in the end, I've made like way more progress, and I've found that like when you know God, then you can't really help but love him. So I'd have to say this year, the overall lesson I've been learning is when it comes to God, don't assume anything.
Okay, so I want to thank you for the nomination. It's a real honor and a privilege to be here. I really didn't expect myself to be here, but thanks. So most of y'all know me, and if you know me, you know I really, really love speaking at all. But seriously, that's one of the things that's vastly changed in me at my time here at CCS. God has been working it through many ways to give me confidence in myself. I feel that God is preparing me for a new stage in life. Soon, I will have moved on from here and left the protective bubble that is Calvary. And recently I've been noticing that God is equipping me to go out into the world. He is giving me the strength in my faith to defend it when necessary, but also the compassion and kindness to make a difference in the world. I have built up a relationship with God through the years that will stick with me for the rest of my life. Every day I grow closer to God, knowing that He will be with me. As it says in Matthew 18:20, "And surely I am with you always, to the very end of the age." Everything is not all perfect, though. One struggle I have is in trusting God for my future and decisions relating to that. I have plans for what I want to do, but I constantly have to remind myself who is in charge and what my true purpose is in life. I know that CCS has prepared me for moving into these next steps in life. Senior year is a unique time filled with excitements and nerves. You've worked so hard to get here, and it can be exhilarating knowing you've gotten this far. However, these 18 years seem small in the scope of your future. It's natural to wonder if you are prepared for everything to come. Luckily, I had some time to be tested early at GSP. The experience proved that God had prepared me. I was able to be surrounded by good people and make good decisions and still have the time of my life. While He is still working in my life towards making me the person He wants me to be, looking back, I can see all the work God has done to get me to this point. I have realized that through God's work, I will be as prepared, molded, educated, and guided as I need to be. This could never come about without the immeasurable impact CCS has had on my life. And when I say CCS, I mean the teachers, administration, parents, and friends. That's each of you. So thank you for being my friends and helping me through this crazy journey called life.
All right, let's all stand up and sing another song.
So this is an old song, about 20 years ago it was released. It's a bit confusing. Guys are gonna sing with me. They're gonna sing the words not in parentheses. Girls are gonna follow Cassidy and sing the words in parentheses. Parts cross over a bit in the chorus. But you guys got it. Just sing it out. And you are holy. You are holy. And you are mighty. You are mighty. And you are worthy. You are worthy. Worthy of praise. Worthy of praise. And I will follow. I will follow. And I will listen. I will listen. And I will love you. I will love you. All of my days. All of my days. And I will sing towards and worship the King God is worthy. I will love them, adore Him, and I will bow down before Him. I will sing towards and worship the King is worthy. I will love Him, adore Him, and I will bow down before Him. You're my Prince of Peace, and I will live my life for you. We're gonna sing that again. And you are holy. You are holy. And you are mighty. You are mighty. And you are worthy. You are worthy. Worthy of praise. Worthy of praise. And I will follow. I will follow. And I will listen. I will listen. And I will love you. I will love you. All of my days. All of my days. And I will sing towards and worship the King God is worthy. And I will love Him,
Prince of Peace, and I will live my life for you. You guys can be seated. Shake.
Hey guys. I came to Calvary freshman year, ready to grow deep in my faith as a saint, or so I thought. Little did I know God had already planned to use Calvary to show me that I didn't even have a faith. After a long, strenuous year of avoiding the Lord at all costs, I was finally lovingly broken and submitted my heart to Him. God has also used Calvary to build Christ-centered relationships that produce accountability. You could say my walk with the Lord has been spotless since my salvation. No, not even close. If I had to sum up what my walk with the Lord looks like, it would be me leaping from His hands of protection into a banquet in the grave, but God graciously pulling me back. Time after time I fall. I bow to a cycle of throwing away God's grace and recycling old habits of sin. I trade faith for a lie. This leaves me wondering the same question. Why does God bring me back? Taking me back is like taking care of a wild animal whose main instinct is to hurt you. And while you know this, you're ready. You watch it grow, and you know it will turn back on you again, but you're ready to start over every time. This is but a small analogy of how God blesses me. Proverbs 24:16 says that a just man falls 7 times but rises again. He doesn't rise again because of his own morality. He rises again because God has redeemed him and called him just. God will always bring His children back to Him. That is what I have learned recently in my walk with the Lord. Through parents, mentors, or the Holy Spirit, through rod or conviction, God delivers me from my sin. This may sound dull, simple, or basic, but I hope it doesn't. I have taken this truth for granted, and I always find it to be a painful road. I wish I could say I'm learning secret biblical truths every day and growing immensely in my faith. I find instead God continuously and graciously taking me back to the gospel, which is always what I need. I have found that through God, past sin does not define us, but through His uncomfortable grace, we are instead refined. That is what I'm learning.
Just wanted to walk around a little bit. I'd like to thank you guys for this nomination. It means a lot to me. When I look at my class and the junior class, to me, I see more people that would be great for this role, but I thank you guys for the nomination anyways. I came to Calvary in 8th grade, and I was not at all a Christian. I didn't raise up in a Christian home. I didn't know Jesus. I didn't know anything about God or the Bible or anything. 8th grade I came, and I hated everyone, and I hated everything, and I was just so mad to be taken away from my middle school and all my friends. And most of my class didn't like me, and that's okay, because I hope some of them like me now. And up until my junior year, it really didn't matter to me. I got mad during basketball games and during gym class even. I would scream at Miss Landis because she was making a bad call or doing something, and me and Bree would always fight over a call or something would happen. And up until my junior year, I kind of just didn't care. I started to realize that this is kind of important. God is like he's important, you know? And I started to realize that it's important. So I didn't act upon it, but I knew that I should. And then over the summer, I went to Haiti with Mrs. Tucker, and it was the best part of my life. I went with an amazing group of people, and Haiti changed my life. I went, like, you think, like, during Spirit Week, we're all, like, fighting and stuff, like, everyone's trying to win, we're all attacking each other, but, like, in Haiti, they just have love for each other, and it's so amazing how much love that they give to us just for going down there. And you just gotta love them right back. It's what comes natural. And over that trip, God really impacted my life, and he said, I know what you're gonna do with your life. You're gonna do mission work. I was like, okay, God, let's do this. And ever since I was young, I always loved medical stuff, always. So I am going to college, don't know where yet, we'll figure it out. And I'm going to study medical missions, and then I'm going to pursue what God has for me in my life. And up till like November, December, something happened in my life, and it kind of hit me like a bus. I need to really start acting upon caring about God. It's really, really important. So I started to do a devotion. I started to read my Bible. I talked to some people, and it really hasn't been impacting my life. I've been a lot happier. I've been giving it all to God. Yeah, I still get mad at basketball games, but it's okay. It happens. Refs are annoying. And it's okay. But one thing that has truly impacted my life has been Calvary. The community of Calvary is absolutely my favorite thing ever. All these people here are just like, we always have this weird friendship. Like, I can walk down the hallway and I know 95% of you, and Adonis all the time goes, hey, you ready for my date after school today? Talking about basketball. Or Mason being a goofball and goes, yeah, my man Steve, call him Ace. Which I don't get, but it makes me laugh anyway, so I'm okay with it. And I just love how we're like a big family. We all love each other in a different way, and we all care about each other in a different way. No matter how we show it, there's always some type of love for each and every one of us. And the teachers care so much. Like, I talk to Mrs. Tucker all the time, and I can't wait for Haiti again. I love Haiti. I came back and I was depressed. I was so upset. We were down there for a week. I wanted to be down there for 2 months. I just wanted to pick up every little kid on the island of Haiti, every single one of them, and carry them around. And I think Drew and Mox would agree. It was phenomenal. Whenever you get to high school, I'd recommend going, by the way. And it's just, I love the sports of Calvary too. Like, we may not be the best, and that's okay, but at least our coaches care. Like, our coaches will walk up to me during basketball and be like, yeah, it's not about the win, guys. It's that we're growing in God and we're growing in ourselves. And it means a lot to me that these coaches care that much, and it's kind of like amazing, because back in my middle school when I played sports, they didn't care. They never asked how you were doing. They were like, all right, get on the court, do what you want. And now, like, you go on the court and you do something, these coaches are going to yell at you, yeah, but you know they love you, and they always care. And just Calvary has impacted my life so much, and I'm so thankful for everyone and everything that this school has done for me.
I'm really proud of those guys. I mean, it's very exciting to hear what God is doing in your lives. And so I would really encourage you as you go throughout the day. It's a great way to be accountable to people too, but ask people, what's God doing in your life? I mean, if you are, friends with people, you say, hey, what'd you do last night? Or what are you going to do this weekend? If you're dating, sometimes you ask, hey, how's your dating relationship going? But you don't tend to ask people, what's God doing in your life? And so it's really exciting to hear how God is molding you and making you and growing you to be more like Him. him. And so ask people that. What's God doing? Plus, it's a good accountability. Okay, 7th and 8th grade are going to be dismissed to their classes. 9th through 12th grade, you're going back to your homerooms, except 12th grade, sorry, you're going to stay here. 9th through 11th grade, going back to your homerooms, and you're going to vote. Please remember, this is a voting for Galatians 5:22 and 23, the fruit of the Spirit. Where do you see God in their lives, and do they live it out daily? It's not a popularity contest. So.